Hello to all, and man, has it been a long time or what? Well, now you got all kinds of things happening during Christmas in January. So I hope you all had a very blessed Christmas as well as New Year and the Epiphany and the baptism of our Lord and many other things. But I think I'm going to do this video on a few little topics. And I apologize for not putting up another video, but it's just been a while. So much inward indwelling that has taken place. So many things about my journey that have come to fruition. Been very, very, very active and very busy on this measure because, we have to know what our plan is in life so we can pursue it. Well, I know what my plan is, and that's of this lady right here, Our Lady of America. I don't know if you've ever heard about her, but you really need to because it happened in '56 in Rome City, Indiana. You have to look it up. There's a lot of many stories, but there's one. I'll put a link in the description box, as well as a link of, hey, how about the pro-life movement? Washington, D.C., what happened? Really? How beautiful was that? We did our own here in Portales. We did a walk and so forth. We did all the procedures of the rally, which is very fitting because one day, once I get everything connected, I'll tell you that why it's important to me and why, my mother's yes allow me to be here and the long story of it all. But, I'm going to put a link and shows you like an insert about how many people attended the pro-life rally, as well as the first president ever to talk at a pro-life rally and the manner that he did. And, I have to say one thing too. There was on Facebook a infant that had been aborted by the saline solution. I can't drum enough of what dwells in me about pain and suffering. I can't even imagine, fathom to, as well as all those are protests against the pro-life movement. I only know that it dumbfounds me that we could go watch horror flicks, and I don't do these things anymore, but in the past, violence and all these movies that come out and but how dare we look at what took place with an infant, with saline, what I saw. I may put the link in the description box too, so you can be challenged. Not saying that you are against pro-life. I'm sure you are for pro-life, or you wouldn't be a part of this channel. And maybe someone who's first time watching this video, maybe if you were to see the link of this child who gave its life to touch those hearts that needed to be touched, because it had no voice, but it has a voice now in silence of its death that it took place and what happened to its body. And it's pretty much a full-grown fetus. I wish you could have saw the news article or I think it was on Google. I don't remember if it was in New Jersey or New York, but it was in the backyard of a doctor who did abortions. And it had a shipping container. Listen to this, a shipping container, a 40-foot shipping container. He hadn't paid his dues on the shipping container, so they couldn't get a hold of him. So rightfully, the shipping container is their own, so they had to come and get the shipping container. And the normal truck that could usually move that shipping container couldn't even budge it. Well, it was on his property, so he couldn't bust the lock. So the next thing they had to do is they had to get a crane. They loaded the container on the truck finally, and they moved the container to the shipping yard, where they then broke the lock. And the two individuals that were working that day that saw, Lord have mercy, saw when the door opened, 17,000 fetuses inside the shipping container. One of the individual's conversion of heart. Instantaneously. Came to the Lord, came to the cross, and begged for mercy. Not because of what they did. They had no awareness of what was inside. But it moved him so much that he got on bended knees and cried and came to the Lord. The other one, it moved him too. He was appalled. No words. No words. And then you watch these pro-choice rallies and so forth and banners and, oh, it's a woman's right and it's a woman. Yeah, you think the woman would make the right choice. But not enough education, not enough understanding, left by the wayside because of the way they were raised, or maybe not attending any church. So to their own avail, maybe some not at their fault. Because that's what Jesus says on the cross, Father, forgive them for they do not know. But the baby had to be sacrificed to change not only their lives, but the moment of our lives in this world. You know why I am the way I am? Because of books like this. This book is called The Mystical City of God by Sol Maria. And you can tell it's a pretty thick book. Well, I'm making headway. It's 750 pages. This was a cloistered nun in Agreda, Spain. And this is the abridgment part. This means this is a smaller version. There's actually a 4-volume book version, which I read, 2,600 pages. And has my question to Jesus as an ex-Protestant. I have to throw this all in there. That way, if there's a Protestant watching this, that maybe it can touch your heart that seek. Don't trust anybody. Trust Jesus. Seek and ye shall find. Well, as I was coming into the Catholic Church after what took place in 2007 on March 19th, my question was, as a Protestant, I want to know your mother. That was my last question. Well, it led me through 2 journeys to San Antonio and a gentleman at the Alamo who spoke about this exact lady, Mary of Agreda, Spain, or otherwise known in the Spanish world, Sol Maria de Jesus of Agreda, which I give God the glory that I'm allowed to even be participant of this cause for this 400-year awaiting incorrupt saint in Agreda, Spain. Incorrupt, 400 years. Wrote The Mystical City of God, shows and speaks divinely about our Blessed Mother. 3/4 of it about our Blessed Mother. Well, I got my answer about the Blessed Mother, but yet I'm still learning about her, and this abridgment is recommitting my passion towards the Holy Church and to more understand what Mary can do for you. Me and my family do the rosary every day, and that's not boasting. I'm sure most of you out there do the rosary every day. I didn't used to do the rosary. I do the rosary when I could find time. I really wanted to do it, but now I force myself to do it because if I don't hang on to that chain, the chain of hope, through each decade, through each bead, through the crucifix at the end, from the beginning to the end, like Mary knew him, from the womb to the tomb. I wish I could give you so much time and tell you the things that I've learned, but it'd be multiple videos, multiple videos. And I wish I wouldn't have taken down the 70 videos I used to have. But the enemy just sprung like a leopard, like a tiger, like a lion on me when I told you why I did what I did. But I had to learn what darkness is about. I had to learn the spiritual warfare that I'm confronted because of God asked of me. He asks of you too. He asks of even all the other denominations. But he knows what they could handle. He knows what I can handle. He knows what you can handle. But it's about your thirst. It's about, do you trust in him? Do you trust him in every facet, even your journey? How deep it can get, how disruptive, how scary it can get, how afraid you can be. That's why the saints came before us. They left us telltale signs. They couldn't even be close to a great example of Jesus. but they were close enough for us to see that what we can do. And I look at the stained glass windows in almost every Catholic church, and I'm not even close to that. So I have a fear of love. I'm not totally afraid. I have a fear of love that I'm just a human being who's trying to give all I can, my last breath. I know what my plan is now, and Sol Maria and Our Lady of America is my plan until my last days. I'm giving everything I can to help the cause, as well as push forward these prayer cards, and it's called the Prayer of the Immaculate Conception, about the Trinity, about what she asked of us. If you guys knew about Our Lady of Good Success, which is taking place tomorrow, that's her feast day, look her up tomorrow. Look her up, go on YouTube and find out what happened in the 15th century of one of the same exact orders, the Immaculate Conceptionist order out of Spain. See, there's 3 apparitions that took place with this Immaculate Conception order. The first, the foundress, Saint Patrice, in the late 1400s. She had an apparition of the Blessed Mother, the Immaculate Conception. Saint Mariana, which is the feast of Our Lady of Good Success, which is tomorrow, she had the second Immaculate Conceptionist apparition. And Sol Maria, the one this book I'm reading, she had the third Immaculate Conceptionist apparition. It's prophesied in the 19th century what's going to happen to this world, and it's already starting to take effect. The enemy has picked up his footsteps, if you will, on the prowl, constantly on the prowl. My, 12 minutes already gone by, and I really not want to stop, because this is how the Holy Spirit transfigures through me to tell you. And I trust in Him in all things and all matter. But I can't even afford the internet no more. I got to work off my phone, and my phone sometimes is too much, and so it causes an error. So I'm going to put the links of the pro-life movement, as well as the link, what was the other thing? Oh, Our Lady of America. I'll put a good link about you can read all about the story. All of it canonically approved. The message is canonically, that means it's approved by the church. The apparition still being investigated by. But when you read the messages of what Jesus has said, the Blessed Mother, St. Michael, and even St. Joseph in today's time, that's why I started the men's group, the Knights of the Altar of St. Joseph, because us men are needed right now. The line has been drawn. Are you with me or are you for me? That's as simple as it can be. May God bless each and every one of you. And may God bless our journey. Thanks be to God. Thanks be to Jesus. Ave Maria.